Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Fetch Quest podcast, where we talk about video games and more. I'm your host for tonight, Connor, and I am joined by my fellow co-hosts, Brewer
Hello.
and Liam.
Hello.
So, Brewer and Liam, we're going to be talking about something very special tonight.
Ooh, what's that?
The best Mario game that mankind has ever had the honor to bear witness to.
Oh, yeah, it's your favorite game ever, right?
Yes! Oh, I'm so glad you know that, Liam. It has an incredible soundtrack,
Absolutely fantastic levels.
a great gameplay mechanic that the whole game revolves around.
And it introduces one of the best characters ever into the Mario series.
And it heavily impacted all future Mario games. Say it with me, folks.
Mario Sunshine! Man, I can't wait to talk about Mario Sunshine. Aren't you, Connor? Oh my god, I'm so excited. What? Why are you pointing a gun at me? Connor, wait!
Listen, man, I didn't say it.
Anyway, that brings us to today's episode where we are going to be talking about Mario Galaxy.
Good.
Now that it is returning to Switch 2.
Good thing there's a boo power up.
True.
So I can actually talk. I'm dead. Connor shot me with the 12 gauge.
Honestly,
Dude was playing
valid.
Hotline Miami.
Yeah, I don't blame Connor. It's Mario Sunshine.
Yep. But yeah, no, today we are going to be talking about Mario Galaxy, my favorite game of all time. And just, what makes it so good, so peak, and why I think it is deserving of the title my favorite game of all time.
Yeah, dude, Mario Galaxy is just, it's so amazing. Like, even when I played it later on, like, because I played it when I was a kid, right? So I have
Yeah.
nostalgia to it, but I played it later on, I was like, okay, let's see if it holds up. And then it's even better than I remember, especially because
Yeah.
I was a lot better at games when I played it later.
Yeah, I definitely had that same experience of you when 3D All Stars came out. Of I played this game so much when I was a kid. I absolutely loved every second of it. But was I just blinded by nostalgia? Is actually as good as I remember, and yes, it is still as good as I remember. I genuinely. This might change later on, but I genuinely just cannot think of like a big flaw with that game.
It's such a timeless classic for honestly every single age. Like, I don't know if there will ever be an age where I'm like, man, this game sucks. It's gonna be like a game that I can play for as long as I live, and I'm so happy that is the case, because it's just probably the like apex of platformers in my eyes.
Yeah, it really the only platformer that even comes close to that is Astrobot. And if you want,
Like, and other
Well, I mean, in
Mario
Connor's
games.
eyes.
sorry,
I was
in
gonna
my
say, I
yeah,
was gonna say Odyssey.
I love Odyssey. I really do. It just doesn't. It doesn't capture that same feeling that Mario Galaxy or Astrobot really give me.
Okay. And I'm gonna take a guess and say it's you like the level system a lot more than like a like big open zone area.
Nah, Liam. I know what it is. I know damn well what it is. Want to take a guess, Liam?
Animated or pixelated woman smiling at him.
I don't even remember if Rosalina smiles in the game, but it's Rosalina. Dude is simp.
Well, Astrobot doesn't have Rosalina in it, so
It
you're
has
already
Aegis.
Well, he's not wrong, because she's still a robot in her original game. So I mean, you could say that's her.
That's the true Aegis. In Persona 3, Aegis is being piloted by Astrobot Aegis.
I just want to imagine, like, you know that image, like SpongeBob with all the little SpongeBob in his head running around. That's how Aegis's brain works. There's a bunch of little tiny Astrobot Aegises just running around. and her brain
That's
making decisions.
that's awesome. Yeah, that's my new headcanon. Um, but I think you honestly are probably right, Liam. I just like the more like concise level design of like the actual level system instead of like the open world, or not open world, the like giant like free roamish levels. Not to say that those are bad, because again, I do really love Mario Odyssey, and I think for what the game does, the that sort of open zone level design really
Open
works.
zone
All
gameplay.
I'm hearing is you didn't deny the simp part, so
Of
that's
course,
still a large factor in it.
of course, I'm not gonna fucking deny
No,
it.
I'm also with you on like it being a more. I like the level system of Galaxy a whole lot because, like with Odyssey, I think the kingdoms are full of like life and full of like very awesome, cool mechanics. But I think the thing that is so cool about Galaxy is every time you enter in a new level, it feels like you're playing like like you get like an entirely different mechanic to deal with, and you get like you get a short amount of time with it, but you get so many different mechanics to play around with, and then they like start impounding on each other, like compounding and becoming this like beautiful like mess. Not mess, but like beautiful, where something that happened in a earlier kingdom, you get something harder or more like interactive with like certain power-ups and how they use those power-ups in different galaxies. And I think it's so good. I have a very, there's one specific one I'm thinking of that where you get a power up, you get introduced to a power up in like a very Mario Odyssey-esque like galaxy, and then later on there's a different galaxy that um is, I'd say, harder, but it's also it kind of takes the power up to its limit, and I think it's just so cool. It's so sick.
Oh yeah, honestly, Liam, I think that is a perfect way to put that of like why I prefer Galaxy over Odyssey. I I also love it because they are every time you go into a level, it's in most of the time it's in the same galaxy, but they're able to I guess I'd say reinterpret,
Reimagine.
reimagine or reinterpret, yeah, the same level and give it an entirely new spin. So you might go on one direction. Here, I'll give an example of like one of the early galaxies of Honey Hive Galaxy. Um, you always start in the same place, but depending on what level you're doing, it will you'll be, I guess, pushed in a certain direction of where to go. So for the first one, you go to the you go through the center, and then for the other one, you go to like the left or the right, and you sort of just keep moving on from there. And I just love how it all just feels like so put. It's almost like a complete. It almost feels like a complete puzzle piece, almost like where everything just connects so well.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
because
that's
I was gonna say it's in line with like the earlier Mario games with like Sunshine and 64, where like you're in the same area multiple times, but you get put in different locations or like different like avenues of that level. And I love that a lot more than an open concept where it's up to you, because I feel like it it gives the and this is more into like the game development, but it gives the developer of a game a lot more like creative, I'd say create not I'd say
creative freedom.
I'd say it gives it creative freedom, because they're building the level around taking you to different spots instead of building a big open space for you to explore. They get to lead you to where they think is really cool, or what they crafted with like a really cool area. And like don't get me wrong, I am not hating on Odyssey. I still think that game is near perfect. I just think that the level design of like I think the level design of levels is always going to be superior in my eyes to like a big open world.
Yeah, I will say real quick, even in comparison, like Mario 64 and Sunshine are more similar to Galaxy than Odyssey. But I will also say Galaxy is still far more linear than those other two.
Yeah,
Since even in
definitely.
like let's say 64, like their first attempt at a 3D Mario, those still give you like much more open spaces to work with. Galaxy actually removed something that was like big for 64, like having the camera you can move around at all times. Galaxy works with like fixed camera angles for the most part, minus like a couple different parts in some levels. But that does actually just really work to its benefit, especially I think with the way you can move around some of the planets and their gravitational fields, it's probably for the better. It's a fixed camera angle because, good lord, that would be a bit nauseating.
It would give, yeah, it'd be a headache.
Yeah, and it also goes into like the hub world of like Mario Galaxy. I also just think it has a very good hub world.
The Comet
Various-
Observatory is just, it's such
it's
a
I'm gonna be real. It's the big reason I prefer Galaxy One over Galaxy Two.
yeah, same here. Like, I think in general, Mario Galaxy does improve on a good amount of, or not improve, but like builds off of a lot of stuff in from Mario Galaxy 1. But I really think the hub world is just like it's not the same. The Comet Observatory felt like a real location, a real like area. You can move around in it. And it feels like this could be the home of Rosalina, because you've got the all these different,
Bedroom,
yeah,
washroom.
the kitchen, and like these all sort of act as like little mini hubs where you can obviously go into the different levels and stuff like that. But it feels like a very like lived in environment, despite the fact that it's like obviously a giant spaceship. And
I
the
just say it
more
adds a lot to the atmosphere as well.
yeah, it's also very atmospheric and adds to the atmosphere of it a lot. Whereas in Galaxy 2, you've really only got the like maybe two locations of importance, and even then it's really just like step on the steering wheel panel, and that's really all that's there.
Yeah, like it's definitely quicker and more efficient, which does have its own perks, but it just loses a lot of that like magic and like personality that the game had with one.
Yeah,
Since like yeah, maybe some of this stuff wasn't necessary, but it was just fun hopping around like a completely safe level. I could always fall off. I could maybe test some new moves to see if I can get up to areas that like I haven't unlocked yet. That was just fun. That or trying to find little secrets in there as well, with like the Lumas you could feed to unlock new levels. That was a
yeah,
lot more fun than just seeing X separate path or like the same hungry Luma that shows up in every spot to try to unlock new secret levels.
yeah. No, I completely agree. But I think we should sort of also talk about like the main a big gameplay mechanic within Galaxy of the I guess like spin. Just call it the spin.
Yeah, I'd say the two things that separate Galaxy the most from the other Mario games, which some of the later Mario games you do see these mechanics in similar ways. Like instead of spin, you have Cappy, which is much more nuanced, but you have the spin, which like I say is very necessary for this game, especially when you're jumping around some planets and you get pulled into a different gravitational pull. The spin is there for like course correction a lot of times because
Yeah,
because Galaxy does feel less punishing than like 60 than like some like 64 or Sunshine, but Sunshine's also because it glitches every 5 seconds.
true.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but in Galaxy, like I felt like taking more risk and just like jumping through courses because I had that like extra little bit of freedom. Like it's a good safety net, but also if you're a great player, it allows you to like do a lot of other crazy skips and stuff with that extra little height you get from it.
It's kind of like in the same vein as like Astro's hover boost, where it's kind of just like to fix yourself. It's a little leeway because it's a platformer that does have like a fixed angle. So like depth perception, even though this game does depth perception pretty good, it's still gonna get wonky sometimes. I know I had that problem sometimes, but like it's just a really good tool to like help fix it.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, I also agree. It acts as like mainly a double jump, but you can also like use it to attack enemies. You'll often use it to like do puzzles and stuff like that. Like you'll just have to spin on top of something and like maybe like a screw or something, you unscrew it. Um, it's really cool, and it's while I do think the better mechanic is definitely Cappy, just due to the amount of like nuance and like just pure stuff you can do with Cappy. I also really like the spin.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's a very cool, very simple mechanic. It's got what two. It's got like it gets stuff in like the levels, but it's really just midair correction and ooh, you can hit enemies.
Yeah, one of my favorite things to do to show off. I don't know if you guys actually know this, but um, if you do a spin jump mid-air and while you're doing the spin, do a ground pound, you'll do a special animation for like a super ground pound.
Oh yeah, I've done that a couple times.
I actually don't know if I ever did that.
Yeah, it's really cool. And
There's probably a good chance you have, but like did it on accident, so you didn't notice.
Yeah, I probably didn't notice. It's also been, I don't remember when it came out.
It's been 90 years.
But I haven't played the game in 5 years. So I'm not out of, like, I still remember things, but I'm not like the most knowledgeable right now. Knowledge.
But yeah,
I mean, luckily the game's very memorable.
Yeah,
no,
especially for its levels.
Game. I'm just giving myself an out for forgetting some things.
Yeah, honestly, like going off of that, Brewer, I think Galaxy probably does have like probably some of the most memorable like levels, besides maybe like Odyssey and 64. But really, I think only a lot of people only really remember like Bomb on Battlefield and some of the beginning levels of 64.
It varies.
Yeah.
Because even for Galaxy, like with a lot of the levels, I can remember some of the stuff I did in levels, but remembering the exact name for every single one, that's a tall order.
Yeah, I can remember it a bit better just due to
you replay it all the damn time.
You replay it. It's your favorite game.
Yeah.
It's.
So I'm definitely a little advantaged in that.
He's bought 5 Rosalina amiibos.
Well, that's just not true.
And they're all in mason jars.
Bold of you to assume that they're in mason jars and not big jars.
Hey Connor, I went to GameStop and I asked the employee about you. They said you had like 10 pre-orders for the new Rosalina amiibo that's coming out next year. You want to answer anything about that?
That's can I ask you why you have $200 already put on a credit card that you haven't even? Connor, we need to talk about it.
Is this why you're late on your rent payment?
Brr, I truly am honored that you think I have enough money to buy like 10, like what, like $40 and $40.
Yeah, $40 amiibos.
Yeah, I'm really glad you think I have 400 spare dollars lying around.
When it's for Rosalina, and you, Connor, you have $400 lying around.
I wish I did.
So basically, you're admitting to if you did have $400, you would spend it on that many Rosalina amiibos.
Yes.
Case closed.
It wasn't even a case to be, argued.
Yeah, I don't think he was denying it. I think he was just saying he was broke.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm broke. But I think to get back on topic, with the I think just the galaxies in general, just like I think you can at least visually remember what all of them look like because they have such a distinct visual. Like I think each galaxy has a very distinct visual identity to them. Besides, like maybe a few that kind of reimagine some like previous concepts.
I definitely can remember most, if not all. Maybe there's a couple that I'm forgetting, but like
yeah.
I like that each one has this is also good. Each one has like a different skybox, has a different like theme. Everything is just it's a very well put together. Because like if you think about it too hard, these are just like random floating rocks in the middle of space, but like they all fit together so well in the terms of the game. Where it's just like, oh, they're so fun to look at.
Oh yeah,
True.
I think as well they're so memorable, especially because of like the soundtrack as well. Like the soundtrack just is literally out of this world, out of this galaxy.
Ha ha ha!
For each world.
I get the reason you said that.
Oh yeah, look at me. I'm Mr. Comedy over here.
Yes, but no, the soundtrack of this game is, I'm gonna be honest, when I bought Mario All Stars, I was like, oh my god, I get access to the entire soundtrack because I'm on Spotify, and if you're on Spotify, you just don't get Nintendo music. So I get to hear that beautiful orchestra only every now and again.
Well, in full fairness, even on the Nintendo Music app, they still don't have all their music on there.
Of course they don't. They're gatekeeping great music behind.
And when are they adding my Xenoblade soundtracks instead of fucking Dr. Mario for the NES?
I am Dr. Mario, and I am saying...
No, you don't even get I am Dr. Mario. You get...
When are we getting Luigi? I want to touch you. That's what I want on the Nintendo's music.
Oh yeah, by the acclaimed artist Peanut Butter Gamer.
Please, the greatest Mario Galaxy song to exist.
It's absolutely amazing. I think his voice is just better than the whole orchestra for Mario Galaxy, because hey, fun thing, Mario Galaxy was the first mainline Mario to use a full orchestra for the soundtrack.
True, and
which is why it blew it out of this world.
True, or out of this galaxy.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, I think Mario is what started my love of like orchestral music, because like it's genuinely just
beautiful.
It's another level. It's so beautiful, where it's just like, man, I did not know that this is what music could be. It's so beautiful. There are so many standouts in like the Galaxy soundtrack, where it's just like every single galaxy, just with music alone, you could be like, I know which galaxy this is. I know what part of the game this is, because it's just, oh my goodness, it's so good.
If Nintendo allows us, you should be hearing some of it right now.
Because like, okay, let's be honest. Like, Gusty Garden has one of the best...
It's one of my favorite tracks in like any Mario game.
I also Space Junk. Oh my goodness, Space Junk.
It's so good. Space Junk is so good.
It's kind of funny considering the level name is literally Space Junk.
I'm just thinking of more like Bowie Bass.
Yeah, we'll go over it more in depth later, but something I do would like to go over is like, what are some of our favorite galaxies? Because there are multiple types of galaxies. You've got the ones that are like big, like 3-star level, like 3-star galaxies, and then you've got the like short but sweet 1-star galaxies. So like, if we've all got like one of each, like I feel like we should go over, just sort of list what our favorites of those two types are.
All right. I guess I can do that first, because...
Well, you spoke first, so now you have to go first.
My favorite big galaxy is Toy Time Galaxy. It's not even that big, but it is... I love the theming of it being like a playroom. It's like, even the background is like a big playroom. You feel like you're like a tiny little guy in a big... It's like a child's dream. You have like little mecha enemies. There's like an entire food area.
I love the entrance to that, where every time it's the Captain Toad Brigade like moving on the different trains.
Yeah, and it's just there's so much like little beautiful little like um
Detail.
beautiful little areas like the train area with like all the little interlocking blocks that are like super bright. You have like the dinner plate, the dessert area,
The giant
the orange slices,
the
the like
Yeah.
giant treadmill area with the toy, like giant mecha toy Bowser.
the big cake. Like it's just there's so many good little parts of the area where it's just like it's so memorable. It's such a like brightly colored. Coming from a colorblind person, it's such a brightly colored area with so much going for it.
You can
This
trust
is
me,
a
you know.
this is a fun fact. The main music track for the Toy Time Galaxy is the ground background music from the original Super Mario Bros. And it's just been remixed.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite little fun facts.
And it's just, man, I'm nostalgia maxing right now because now I'm just like I'm thinking about it and it's just like it brings you back to like as a kid and you were playing with like I played with like a little train set at my grandparents' house, and it just reminds me of that. And I just love that place.
Oh
Anyways,
yeah, I
enough
think
about it.
I was gonna say as well. I think something that helps is like with all these toys you're seeing, you're also like getting to like move around on top of them in different angles because like the gravity changes and like you can run up the walls on a lot of them as well. So it just makes for like a lot of fun mechanics into an already really interesting
And
looking
it's got,
galaxy.
like I think it's got 5 stars. 5.
I think most of like the big galaxies do. They have like the 3 regular ones.
And then
They have
the
like
comets.
the comets. Yeah, and comets as well.
And secret stars.
Yeah,
Yes.
so you,
So it might actually have 6.
you
But
get
that
find
is
Luigi star.
that is my favorite big planet. Should I do both? Do someone else? We each do our big planet and then our small planet.
You can just go ahead and do your small planet real quick.
Okay, then my small planet is also so awesome. It is Bubble Blast Galaxy, and the entire gimmick of Bubble Galaxy or Bubble Blast Galaxy, it's just like the Bubble Breeze Galaxy, but the entire level is a large maze filled with electric fences. And
The green star trial levels.
yes, and you have to float through the maze while avoiding rails, bullet
Missiles.
bills, mines, and it's a very fun challenge, and I love the gimmick of flying through an entire labyrinth and like all the different little basically like trials you go through, like the little mini sections in order to get
Awesome.
the
I
rings.
love it because like you can either go super slow, take your time, be safe, or you can do what I usually do and raw dog it and go as fast as I can.
Yeah, because you need to get the star chips, and it's such an intricate like labyrinth that is made harder from the electric fence, and it's pretty nerve-wracking all the way through because you gotta use your little Wii remote or Switch Joy-Con and pull yourself through, and it's so fun.
It really is. That's a great choice for your small galaxy, Liam.
It's just, man, I could go for hours on how good every galaxy is, but that's my turn.
All right, Brewer, you want to go next?
No. Yeah, I'm good. I'll do my small one first. First is a Sweet Galaxy. I just love this one so much because a lot of the smaller galaxies, they do have the issue of like, you can tell they like reuse some assets or like some textures from other larger levels to make it, which isn't too much of a problem because they're quick galaxies that usually don't take you too long, and usually just have like one or 2 stars on them at most. But this one just really stood out to me because it has an aesthetic that like nowhere else in the game really has all that much. I mean, you'll find a couple of its assets maybe in couple areas, but it has its like own unique
Toy Time.
identity. No, I know some of the stuff is in Toy Time, but like an entire galaxy that's like based on like suites and stuff for like building the entire level, there isn't really a galaxy like that.
No, you are right. I'm saying that Toy Time used some of Sweet Sweets.
Yeah,
Or-
no. I think beyond Toy Time, there's a couple others that did as well. But either way, Sweet Sweet just has a very unique vibe to it. Just because again, everything is like a candy, a cake, or just some other form of sweet. And on top of that, for how the level looks, I like the contrast with like there's a bunch of holes on like moving platforms you have to jump over. And I had so much fun just like speed running through the level, just like jumping, trying to avoid the holes. And like I mentioned before, the spin mechanic was great because even if I did get kind of close to maybe falling into one of the holes, I could just spin to course correct a little bit, and it was just so much fun to run through. So that was my first one for the short galaxies, because I just feel like Sweet Sweet maybe has like one of the more unique vibes or atmospheres as well compared to the other ones. In terms of like one of my favorite big galaxies, I'd have to give it like I think Beach Bowl. And I think there is a little bias because I do like a lot of beach levels in these games just because of their aesthetic. Like Donkey Kong Bonanza, one of my favorite layers is the resort layer. And in Mario Odyssey, I really like the beach world is there as well. But I think I really like this one in Galaxy, especially because of just how the water mechanics work in Galaxy, because water mechanics are usually just like hated in platformers, or they're very much disliked compared to the normal sections. But with the way you move with the spin mechanic, and they're like giving you extra speed, there's Koopa shells that let you freely scroll through. Like, I just find the water mechanics actually a lot of fun in Galaxy. Just moving around this like big space, like basically flying through the air and whatnot, and finding a bunch of little secrets hidden around in little corners. I just find that a lot of fun. Then on top of that, there's the overworld of the Beach Galaxy, or Beach Bowl, which is just awesome. It's like tropical area. There's a bunch of little penguins that are just hanging around. You talk to them, and then there's a bunch of stuff you can climb on the top area. It's just a great galaxy overall. It's not as large, I think, as some of the other like 3-star galaxies, but it's definitely memorable for me.
I completely agree.
I also completely agree. It is I think it might be my favorite beach level in a Mario game.
It's very up there.
My still will probably go to Odyssey's. I think it's
Seaside.
Seaside Kingdom. Just because like, but I still love Beach Bowl and the other beach levels in this game. I think they're great. It's such a vibe.
Yeah, and again, the water mechanics just work so well in this game. Like, you wouldn't expect them to, but they actually really knocked it out of the park with their mechanics.
Yeah.
All right, though. What about you, Connor? What's one of your favorites?
Oh, let us know your beautiful opinion, oh overlord of Galaxy. I messed up.
Collector of 10 Rosalina amiibos. Please tell us your opinion.
I think my favorite galaxy, that it really is like it's hard for me because I think there are genuinely just like some insanely, I really don't think there's like a bad level. I think there are ones that are like not as good as others, but I don't think there's like an objectively bad level in this game. But if I had to give it to one, it'd probably be Gusty Garden Galaxy. It's just such a good galaxy. The environment, the like atmosphere with like, usually you're in these very like sort of space, like you can see stars and stuff in the background, but this like feels like you're just taking a stroll through like a garden and stuff, hence the name garden. You've got the mechanic with the like flowers, where if you spin you can like grab onto a flower as it flies up and then keep flying up as you spin. It's such a cool mechanic.
I'd say its soundtrack is definitely probably one of
Oh,
the more
no, that's
memorable
what I
ones in the
was.
game as well.
That's
The
what it's probably like my second or third favorite track in the entire game.
it's so good. I like
It is.
it. It's just I feel like objectively, it's one of it, you cannot say it's not objectively one of the best galaxies in the entire game. It's so peak.
It's really peak. I love the boss fight in the galaxy, and just like all the general other like puzzles you do in it. Especially I'm pretty sure I'm right. I really like the golden chain chomp puzzle for the secret star. I think that one's just like it's really clever and cool, and I like it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then I think that's really all I've got to say on Gusty Garden. Like, if you've played the game, you just know how good this galaxy is. It's you don't really need it to be like explained super in detail, and I feel like if I try to explain it in detail a lot more, I'll end up messing up something up. Um, but now it's on to my favorite one-star galaxy or small galaxy, which is probably going to go to Sling Pod Galaxy. I think the Sling Pods are a really cool mechanic that the game has, and making an entire like small little level based around them is really cool. It can be for the game, like comparatively, it's pretty challenging because if you just mess up once, you immediately die. Um, and so it's like you gotta play like absolutely like you gotta be locked in, you know. Um, and it's also a great place to farm lives because you can just get a bunch of star bits in the middle area.
You had to farm lives in Galaxy?
No, I've just done it before because I'm bored.
I was about to say, you've replayed the game so many times and you need to farm lives.
No.
Connor just needs to make the game easier to make the game harder.
True.
That's an oxymoron if I've ever heard one.
It is, and that's just the genius behind it, I guess.
It's that one clip from Knives Out Glass Onion. It's so dumb. It's genius. No, it's just dumb.
Yeah, no, and
No, he's preparing for his future career as a game journalist.
Let's go. All right, guys. I have to say, the Cuphead tutorial, hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
game journalist tries to play Gusty Garden, can't make it through despite yellow paint lines pointing the way.
And then I'll go and beg for money for an hour.
True, and say you won't play Silksong unless you get money.
Yeah, and then when I do eventually play Silksong, I'll repeatedly make the same mistake every time, and then blame the game devs for being bad.
Okay, enough of DSP talk.
Sorry, he's just such a perplexing individual. But yeah, no, I think those were all great choices for galaxies. I'm really tempted to give like a top 3, but it probably is just like Gusty Garden, Toy Time, and then honestly probably Freeze Flame. Freeze Flame is so good.
Freeze Flame is really
Freeze
good.
Flame is my number 2.
I just also think in any media, like the fire ice combo is just raw every time.
I was about to say, like, I feel like I see it all the time, but it's like never not cool. I think it's why I want a fire and ice type Pokemon so much that isn't just the Darmanitan form.
Yeah.
That'd be like, I don't know, just polar opposites are very cool. I'm surprised we haven't gotten like a Pokemon, literally just a Pokemon naming convention of Pokemon Fire, Pokemon Ice.
Yeah. I could see that being like a spin-off game where it's all about like single type usage or something. But I think, as something we alluded to later, or earlier, it is now time to discuss the soundtrack and just how incredible it is. I genuinely think this might be like in contention for like it's definitely at least top 5 soundtracks in video games for me. There's just like I guess I'll say like a certain magic that the soundtrack fills you with, whether it's like the sort of like I guess I'd say the excitement and the sort of adrenaline rush you hear from like Gusty Garden Galaxy to the like somber, melancholic, like almost reflective sounds, like a song of like Space Junk. Like it's just such a good soundtrack, and a large part of that is just due to this being the first orchestral soundtrack for a Mario game. They really knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, I'd say with Galaxy, like when you're quickly going through the levels and then you start flying through after you get into one of the stars and it's just blasting you through while you fly over to the next little planet, the music kicks in. There's not really anything that matches that in gaming. That's like peak gaming right there.
You can say Nintendo has many things, but bad music isn't one of them, because they just consistently make the most beautiful pieces of music ever grace your ears. And I think Galaxy is one of the best examples, because there's not a single bad track. Like, it's actually just insane. There's so many, like the Star Festival, literally one of the opening things about the game. Or Star Festival. Oh crap! Star Festival's one.
Yeah.
Star Festival. Sorry, I couldn't remember.
It's alright.
Star Festival is one of like the best intros in terms of like songs in a game for me. I love the intro to this game, and the music is just such a beautiful part of it.
Yeah. I love the Bowser theme in this game. It really helps sell him as like an actual threat.
And Bowser has always had good themes. I won't say this one's the best one, because I think that 3D World is easily his best theme ever, but...
Is it the Bowser's Fury one?
No.
Oh, okay.
Bowser's Fury one is really good though.
Bowser's Fury one is also really good.
Even if you do hear it a bunch, because he keeps being like, all right, time to go Fury mode.
I know it's not technically his theme, but I was talking about Bowser's World theme. It's so good.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. No,
It's fair to get it mixed up. There's a lot of different Bowser themes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was talking about the Bowser World theme.
Yeah, that one's goated. Yeah, but no, I also wouldn't say this is my favorite, but it's so memorable.
There's so many good ones.
Yeah. Like that sort of the like the choir in it, the choir really honestly just sells it. Like the Bowser fights in this game aren't like the hardest ever. Like some of the later ones have a bit of challenge, maybe. But oh my god, the sound that oh man, it just fills you with so much just I guess this feeling of just I have to win.
Yeah, definitely. Especially once you get to some of the later battles with Bowser, it really reminds you, yeah, this game's called Galaxy for a reason.
Oh yeah, man. The environments and atmosphere this game has is just genuinely unmatched in my opinion. It's so atmospheric, it's insane.
Oh yeah. You think one thing I think that helps tie this all together too, that originally was probably not even going to be in the game?
The story?
Yep.
Yeah, despite the fact that this is a Mario game, it actually does have some pretty cool story bits. Obviously it's the same thing, Peach gets kidnapped by Bowser, but instead of him just grabbing her from the castle, instead he throws a bunch of chains from his airships into the ground, and then a giant UFO comes out of nowhere and they basically kidnap her whole castle into space. It's awesome.
Imagine kidnapping a whole castle for one woman.
And she still doesn't like you. That's crazy.
That's just Nintendo villains. They just keep trying, and they're kind of
You just don't know when to quit.
they're like Titan from Megamind.
True.
They don't get the hint that they're not wanted, and they keep going.
Is
Yeah.
Bowser Titan?
No, because
Bowser's a lot more
Bowser-
charisma.
Bowser also has depth.
I
And
can't-
also
And
he has a child. So that means
he's
Bowser is fucked.
the good dad.
Yeah, I-
Bad everything else.
I can't hate on. I just can't hate on Bowser. Like he's genuinely one of my favorite villains just
Yeah.
ever.
Well, especially even though he is like a big hater for Mario, like
He's funny.
his underlings do respect him
Well,
because he
treats them
genuinely cares for him too.
because like he treats them like family. You know, like obviously you got to play like some of the spin-offs and stuff like that, but the spin-off characterization is why I love Bowser so much. He's the GOAT, man.
He is. We love Bowser.
Yeah, but like back to the story stuff, like what the biggest like example of this whole like this game having a lot more story is when it comes to Rosalina's storybook, which is where throughout the game you can just keep reading, she'll keep reading parts of her storybook to you, which essentially just details her backstory and stuff like that. And it's actually like got a lot of depth to it.
Yeah, which is crazy considering the dude who put it in had to hide it from Miyamoto. Because Miyamoto's like, I don't want that in there.
I
That
don't want-
fiendish little storybook.
I hate story.
Yeah, it's kind of funny considering now you'll be able to like buy the actual storybook as well in physical form.
Yeah, how much is that?
It's like $25, cheaper than the amiibos.
That's crazy too.
Yeah,
But you know, I definitely will probably be trying to get that because, oh man. But yeah, no, I think I don't want to say too much on it because like I do think like reading it through yourself, whether in game or if you do buy the storybook, it's just like it has a lot more, I guess, impact again. It's not like it's still a Mario game. It's not like
it's not the grandest story you'll ever see.
yeah, it's not anything like
It's not no God of War,
or
Persona.
It's not like The Godfather or anything.
Yeah, but I think by Mario standards, it is really good.
Yeah,
That and like for how simplistic a lot of Mario games is, you don't exactly need a crazy story. Its simplicity can work as a benefit sometimes.
I agree. But yeah, no, that is. Yeah, and also this just the main sort of plot of like Bowser really just like deciding to lock in here, and instead of just conquering a few kingdoms, he's like, I'm going to conquer the entire universe.
Yeah, I think if we're talking about Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, what games does Bowser's power scale higher in? Like the Mario and Luigi games, probably.
Oh
It's like the only ones I can think of.
Literally, one of the final bosses in and I think it's like Dream Team, is where he absorbs a stone that literally allows him to create anything he literally wants. So I definitely think the Mario and Luigi games are where you're gonna get.
I mean,
a
yeah,
lot-
but we're talking that's like the
It's-
Stone's power.
RPG game with power scaling? What?
I know.
No,
But no-
I've played Dream Team, and Connor is right.
Yeah.
Well, even like first Mario and Luigi game, like Mario and Luigi themselves, there's always that joke of they can beat Sephiroth, which yeah, no joke, they can.
Yeah. No.
Sephiroth would get fully murdered by passing a Koopa shell over 5 times with consecutive A button presses.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. It's like take my supernova, and they just hit it with the hammer back at him.
Yeah, like during the Legend of Zelda game.
Yeah. Or just like how they do it in Mario and Luigi.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
It's like, what is Sephiroth gonna do against the giant Luigi from Dream Team?
Who knows?
Um,
Probably die.
oh, definitely. But yeah, no. Uh,
I think that's about a good stopping point, though.
yeah, I was gonna say I don't really know how much else we got to go over besides just closing or concluding points.
Yeah, no, it's this game is it's very simple, but it's so peak in its simplicity because there's just it's probably the best platformer to exist in my opinion. Maybe I actually haven't thought about it that much, and now I'm thinking about it. Another time.
There's a
True.
war raging inside Liam.
There's an indescribable emptiness,
There are two wolves inside of you.
and they can't stop fucking.
True.
Okay, moving on to the next topic.
All right. Oh, I guess it's time for concluding thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay, I will
I
start
would
us off.
like I would like to request I go last.
Yeah, I figured. Don't worry. I
Take the
will
floor, Liam.
I will start because I played this game the least recently. Well, Mario Galaxy is a game I played as a kid, first off, and I absolutely loved it because it was one of the only single player games I got to play because I had two siblings. So most of the games I played as a child were multiplayer games. The only two games that I played that were like single player was like Star Wars, Force Unleashed, Twilight Princess, and Mario Galaxy. And I loved all three of those games, but Mario Galaxy was probably the one I like smiled the most with because even though I think Twilight Princess is a top 3 game for me, Mario Galaxy was just such a feel good, lovely experience where you are just grinning from ear to ear every second you play that game because it's just a treat to play it. It's just a genuine good time throughout the entire game. You have such a beautiful everything with I love the art style of Galaxy. I love the characters of Galaxy. I am not a big of a Rosalina fan as Connor because I think that might be impossible to be a big of a Rosalina.
Yeah, I was about to say
fan.
he's like the biggest stan in this galaxy.
Yeah. But I think Rosalina is a great addition. I loved so many of the galaxies. I think it has some of the most unique level design in video games. There's so many fun levels, even like the gimmicky levels like Rolling Green Galaxy. They're just so fun. There's not a single like boring level per se. There are some levels that I'm not the biggest fan of, but it's okay. I think every level was fun. The music, it's Mario Galaxy. Like I feel like I just need to say it's Mario Galaxy and people will understand. It's that good. The music is absolutely beautiful. And I think it has some of the most fun boss fights like in a Mario game because I don't know. I love the having to like run around the planet with the different gravity. I thought it was such a fun mechanic to fight bosses and I think it's just it's such I think at the end of the day this is just such a treat to play. There's so many good things. It's perfectly used the Wii remote and Joy-Con like motion controls. I loved having to like I loved grabbing all the little star bits with my Wii remote as I played. It was a good way to keep me engaged as a tiny little child with a horrible attention span. And it's just
If it
it's
makes
such
you feel a little better, Liam, it was probably better than most attention spans kids have now.
no, it definitely is. Kids' attention span now are like shot.
If I make a game, I'ma just have Subway Surfers videos playing in the background and be jingling keys as well every 5 seconds.
Yes, it is a genuine masterpiece of platforming, a genuine masterpiece of Mario, of Nintendo, of every aspect. It's just such a good game.
I agree.
I agree. Got some great points. I guess I'll go into some of my closing thoughts. Overall, Mario Galaxy is probably one of the best platformers you can ever play. Like it is just amazing. There's so much variety with its levels, with the mechanics, like we mentioned before, how they'll introduce a mechanic and then it'll just build on top of it, but you'll be introduced to a new one like quickly after. There's a lot to love here. I love the level structure, especially like exploring through story in the game, just getting to choose your own levels. And then it's fun going back and then seeing the levels reimagined in different ways. Power ups are great. I can't complain too much. Some of them are a little gimmicky, but for the most part, I love all of them. Bosses were great as well. Some really unique looking ones as well that weren't just like Koopalings and whatnot. Soundtrack is amazing. Like we mentioned before, first fully orchestrated soundtrack in a Mario game, and it definitely paid off very well. The story's enjoyable as well. Overall, this is just a fantastic game, and I feel like it holds up fantastically today, and it feels a bit more unique compared to some of the other 3D Marios. Especially, I think, just because of like the gravity mechanics with the planets and with the way it's structured as well with the camera. So overall, please play this game if you haven't. I don't know if I can still recommend the $40 or $70 options for Switch. That's a topic for another day, but maybe if you have an old copy lying around or already have a copy of Super Mario 3D All Stars, maybe play it through that way. But yeah, either way, Mario Galaxy is fantastic. One of the best platformers of all time.
I agree. All right, I think it is my turn now. So, I once again will state this game is my favorite game of all time. It has been for a very long time. I just really think the best way I can describe it for me is that there's just a magic this game has that I don't think has been replicated for me ever. The closest thing that ever got to that, the closest things that have ever gone to recreating that magic for me are like Astrobot, probably I'd consider like Majora's Mask, um, Deltarune, Persona 5 Royal, like those like very incredibly beloved games. And yeah, no, I really just cannot describe it other than there's just a magic that Mario Galaxy has imbued within it that makes every single second of me playing it and remembering it just feel very special. I know probably a solid chunk of that is just due to the nostalgia I have for that, but I don't really care, honestly. Um and yeah, no, I could talk about this game for hours upon hours upon hours about how much I love the designs, how much I love the bosses, how much I love the music, the characters, the visuals, the art style, just everything about it is just like firing on all cylinders for me. And I really just genuinely cannot think of like a single like flaw of this game. Like at least one that's serious enough for me to like not consider it a 10 out of 10. Like there are some levels that like aren't as good as the others. There might be like one kind of like poorly designed bit here and there, but like it is just so consistent and well crafted that I just genuinely can never even feel a speck of hate in my body for this game.
Yep.
And that is all. I will now go and pre-order my 10 Rosalina amiibos.
So you do have the money.
Welcome to GameStop. How can I help you?
Yes, hi. I'd like to pre-order 10 Rosalina amiibos.
Oh, it's one of these people. All right, let me get them for you. That'll be $400, but I know your gooner ass has got the money.
You know, the craziest part is, even if he asks for just 10 Rosalina amiibos, when he goes there, they're going to be like, okay, well, that's cool now, but what, could I interest you in the other Mario Galaxy amiibo? And then the Metroid Prime amiibo, and then all these other amiibos as well? And then we
Hey,
also have pre-orders for this game open right now as well. Do you want to pre-order something?
and then Connor will have to go, no, I need Rosalina and only Rosalina.
No, actually, make it 11 or Rosalina amiibos. Actually, no, fuck it, 20. Because why the hell not? That does remind me. There was like kind of the anti-Connor back in the day. I don't know if any of you guys remember this when like amiibos were big and like they were getting scalped all the time and being resold, but Rosalina was like a Target exclusive, so she was like very hard to find. But there was one like crazy fucker that like bought up like a whole wall of Rosalina amiibos. Like you can find these pictures online, and his reason for doing so wasn't because like he was a massive fan, or who knows, he was probably a closeted fan if I had to guess. But he was saying he's like he hated Rosalina so much as a character, he wanted to make sure other people could not get her amiibo.
That is Lex Luthor ass hating.
That is. Yeah,
But
no,
yeah,
it's crazy.
that is crazy. I'd never heard of that before.
Dude, there was so many wild stories when it came to amiibos back in the day.
Yeah. But I think that honestly like brings us to the conclusion, because I mean, unless you guys have any last things you want to add.
No,
uh,
I think I'm all good. This is a good game. You should play it.
Yep,
last thing for me is if you guys give this video 10 likes, I will draw fan art of Connor's avatar and Rosalina making out sloppy style.
Connor's about to go on his 10 burner accounts.
I'm gonna make 10 burner accounts.
Actually, no, this will make Connor happy. I'll make fan art of Liam's avatar and Rosalina making out sloppy style.
No.
While Connor's avatar sits in a cuck chair.
Okay, one like serious thing, because I didn't address it. I also don't agree that Galaxy should be $40 for the Switch too.
And the
I
big 25 is insane.
Dude, it was basically $20 in the 3D All-Star collections if you divide the amount of games you got with that.
It was also $20 on the
Wii U.
On the Wii, but that was the Wii U era, so we don't. That one makes a lot.
They were nicer during the Wii U era because
they were broke.
They were failing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's ridiculous. Luckily, since I own 3D All Stars physically, I don't have to. I'm not gonna have to like buy that. I'd really only just be buying the second one, but I do think $40 each is very ridiculous, especially the amiibo prices being like the exact same price as the game.
Hey, all I'm saying, people, is you can usually find old Wiis for like $40 to $50. They're not too hard to, change up a little. You can very easily find those games. I'm not going to say how, but you can very easily find them and play them.
But with that, I think that brings us to the conclusion of this episode. If you enjoyed, please make sure to like and subscribe, and just let us know if you're going to be getting Galaxy, if you already own it, or if this inspired you to maybe like pick up the game. And we will be covering Galaxy 2 sometime soon.
All right, but with that, thank you for watching, everybody.
We hope you enjoy.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.